Module 1, Issues. For legacy reasons, in Jira, records are known as issues. When Jira started out as a defect, bug and issue tracking software tool, a record was known as an issue. But you need to think of what they call an issue in Jira as a record used to track a unit of work. Okay, so every record in Jira is a record of information that we're using to track a particular piece and type of work. Now, when you look at a Jira issue, you can break down the record into kind of two categories of information. Firstly, information about the work you want to complete. So this is things like the page title, the description of the work, the activity, which covers things like comments, history, and a log of all of the work that you completed out. The second area then is the properties that help us track these issues. And that might include things like the amount of work that is involved, who the task is assigned to, who reported it, and all sorts of other customizable metadata that might help you group, track, and categorize the issues that you're working on. When you want to create new issues, you've obviously got the big create button at the top, or you can press the C key on the keyboard, and this will bring up the new create new issue window, and from here we can create new issued records in our Jira instance. When you create a new issue, the two most important things that you're going to track first off is the project that the issue is going to be contained in, and we'll talk more about projects in module 2, and the type of issue that you're going to create. Now, the type is a way of categorizing the type of work that you might be looking to complete, and each project will be configured with different issue types. So in this project I have a bog standard task, I have stories, bugs, epics, tests, etc. In different projects you may have different tasks that represent other types of work in a different type of project. The next piece of information that's important in an issue that you're creating is the status, and this in the most simple form is the stage in the life cycle at which this piece of work is. So in the simplest form we might have a to-do, an in progress and a done set up. And one of the big features of Jira is that we can make this workflow and status as simple or as complex as we need to represent the process of the work that we're undertaking in our projects. We'll talk a lot more about this in the module where we focus on workflow, status and transitions. So once we've set the project, the issue type, the status, we can fill out some work about the piece of work we're going to complete. So a new web page for our company about web page, and then some description and more detail about the piece of work we're going to complete. We've then got the reporter field, that's who created it. We'll talk about fixed versions priorities in another module, labels, and the final piece is this concept of a parent. So in Jira, we have this concept of a hierarchy of issue types. So I've already spoken about the standard issue types, which represent the main units of work we're going to be carrying out. So that could be something like a task, bug, or a feature, but we can have parents above this. So this could be a container for all of our issue types that are tasks, bugs and features, and we might call that an epic, or we could give this a different name. And then below this you've also got the concept of what we call subtasks. So if you want to break your issue or unit of work down into smaller pieces of work, we can create subtasks under any of these other issue types that we create here. And typically Jira has 1, 2, 3 levels, but we can expand that in the configuration in Jira if we want to at a later stage. But usually this is enough for us to get started with in Jira as we start to build out our first projects. So when I initially create this issue, I've set it as a issue type of task, and if I want to have a parent so that this is in under a container of a different issue, a larger piece of work for example, I can select a parent here, which in this instance I'm selecting a predefined parent of epic A. So epic A is of issue type epic, and it is a container for lots of other standard issue types like tasks, bugs, etc. When I create this issue, I can then also add in subtasks as we've just seen. So below, or a child of this new issue type, which is a task, I can add subtasks by clicking on the create subtask, and I might then break this down into design page and then create HTML and then host page. And you can see here that we now have what is in essence 4 or 5 issues in Jira to represent this piece of work. We have the parent, which is what we call an epic. We could give it a different name. We have the issue itself, which is this issue 18 here, and then we have all of the 3 subtasks that go up to make the main body of work, which is our new web page for our company. So as well as structuring our issues in this parent-child relationship with these 3 levels, we can add attachments to our issue. We can link to other issues within Jira. We can add comments if we want to discuss or collaborate with other people in our organisation about this particular unit of work. We can log the amount of work that we're undertaking on this, so there is the ability within Jira to add and track the amount of time we've spent working on this. And I may then have spent 1 day on this and I've got 2 days left to complete on this. And crucially, we can assign this piece of work to somebody as well over in the details panel on the right hand side. So if I want to assign it to myself or I want to assign it to somebody else in the project, I can set the assignee value over on the right hand side too. So in the next 3 sessions, we're going to look at things like workflow and status. So you will see that we've got this ability to change the status value and view workflow. We're going to have a look at projects, which are a container for our issues, and we'll have a look at what we call components and versions in Jira, which allows us to track, group and organise our issues in Jira. But first, let's have a look at projects.